I'm of the opinion that one of the only ways seriously left to get our Constitution back is through the Convention of States. You've heard me talk about it a lot, wrote about it. And Mark Meckler runs the organization and is pushing the charge in state after state. And we have an update for you in South Dakota so that people in South Dakota can act in a timely way to help South Dakota to join the other states that are pushing to defend our Constitution. Mark Meckler, how are you and what's going on?
I'm doing great, Mark. I'm excited. I was in South Dakota late last week, testified in committee. We've got some great leadership there. We came out of committee yesterday, and it is now moving to a floor vote tomorrow. It's really exciting, but I think it's going to be very close. I'll tell you, the most frustrating part, the most difficult part is the Republican opposition is using the same talking points, the Hillary Clinton talking points, the George Soros talking points, and they're working with the Eagle Forum and Concerned Women of America and the John Birch Society, and they're working to spread fear and defeat the Convention of States. I think it's going to be really close tomorrow.
So it's crucially important that the people in South Dakota contact their state representatives right now or first thing in the morning.
Yeah, look, they can email tonight. They can go online and find them. It's amazing because we have a supermajority of Republicans there. We have a majority of them on board, but you've got some that are just scared, and they're listening to the scare tactics of a couple of Republicans, really, and the, like I said, the Eagle Forum, some of these groups that are so-called conservatives. We have a really great speaker there, Steve Hoggard. He's thoughtful. He's got a great legal mind. He's been very supportive. The Majority Leader Qualm, he's a co-sponsor. He stood up in favor before, and I'm looking forward to him to lead us to victory with the caucus. But we've got a few recalcitrant Republicans that are a problem for us.
Most of these people do not understand this subject. They haven't taken time to actually learn about this subject. They buy into the fear-mongering. This is not a constitutional convention. It is not possible for it to be a constitutional convention. It is not possible to have a runaway convention since it still takes 38 state conventions or state legislatures to amend the Constitution. This is simply a way of going around Congress, pretty much, and going directly to the state legislatures in order to get our Constitution back. What do these people recommend? What's the alternative?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I asked that question in committee, Mark. I do this all the time. And I said I would ask any of our opponents, people who claim to be constitutionalists, who all agree with us that the country is being lost right now, that we have a runaway Congress, that D.C. is out of control. I ask them, what's their solution? I can tell you the answer I get is they look like deer in headlights. They have no solution. They're willing to let the country slide into the abyss.
And here's the difference. You and I and the millions of people who are members of your organization and the millions of people listening to this program, we embrace the Constitution. The Constitution has this alarm bell. It should be a normal practice. It should be something that can be done to protect us from the unconstitutional conduct of Washington, D.C. that's been going on for 100 years. There's no other way to fix this because Congress is not going to do it. The courts aren't going to do it. Either we believe in state legislatures or we don't believe in state legislatures, and it's the only way to do this, and it's the constitutional way. Meanwhile, Mark Meckler, they've gone behind the Constitution through the back door to fundamentally alter this form of government, have they not?
They absolutely have, and the unbelievable part, the frustrating part, is you have folks that call themselves conservatives that are willing to go along with this, that are willing to stand by, that are actually standing against this constitutional remedy, and they're using Democrat talking points to do it. They're using Hillary Clinton talking points. It's unbelievable.
All right, so the action here is for Levinites in South Dakota to contact their state representatives tonight, if they can, through email, or to call them first thing in the morning and make sure you're civil, but make sure you're heard, because this is crucially important. We need to pick up some more states. And I predict, Mark Meckler, if we get to 20 or over 20, we'll really have their attention then. How many do we have right now, 14?
We have 15 right now, 15. Mark, and we look really good, I think, in South Dakota. By the way, this week also votes in South Carolina, looking really good. The House resolution has 45 co-sponsors. Speaker Jay Lucas there in support. We look really good in West Virginia. I'll be in South Carolina on Thursday, West Virginia on Friday. Got the West Virginia Speaker of the House, Roger Hanshaw, big supporter. So this week we could actually pass the houses in South Dakota, South Carolina, and West Virginia. And if we pass the Senates in all of those, that would take us to 18.
Fantastic. Fingers crossed, and keep up the great work, you and your army there. God bless you. By the way, if
Thanks,
people
Mark.
want to
God
learn
bless.
more, where do they go?
Go to conventionofstates.com. Get involved. Don't just learn. Get involved. Call your state legislators. Conventionofstates.com.
All right. Thank you, sir. Take
Thanks,
care of
Mark.
yourself. That's unbelievable. We're on the precipice in 3 states. Can you imagine if we have 18 of them? Just keep plowing ahead, plowing ahead.
Go to conventionofstates.com, press the button, sign the petition. More importantly, get 10 of your friends to do the same. When you sign the petition, then that sends a letter to your state legislator. You go on the list in their district as a supporter. We deliver those lists to the state legislators. It means something to them.